Hi, beautiful people. Another pick a card reading, short and sweet, although we have 5 choices. This is a reading, a message from Mother Earth, from Gaia, and I'm using the Earth Power Oracle cards for that, with a beautiful picture of Ayers Rock, Uluru in Australia. So we have 5 choices, and it's a short and sweet reading, one card, but there's a lot to tell with each card. So please make your choice. From left to right, we have citrine for the numbers 1. For the numbers 2, here we have the peach moonstone. In the middle, for the number 3, is the lilac zanit. I'm not certain how to pronounce that in English, whether it's lilac zanite, lilac zanite, I have no clue. It's a very high vibrational crystal. I love it myself. I'm really crazy about these cute little thingies. And numbers 4 is the Uluru amulet stone. It's an agate amulet, star agate it's called as well. And then for the numbers 5, we have the sunflower opal. Absolutely beautiful. There's all these colors in it. So if you make your choice, which crystal is calling to you, then I'm going to begin with the numbers 1. Numbers 1, your card. We have Mecca. I radiate my peace outward. I have faith, I am devoted, I understand that forgiveness frees me. Now, all of that is your message, but it's about if you have problems with something, you still your energy is still not flowing the way it should be because of an issue, a problem, and you keep churning and thinking and going around in circles with that. It's really time now for you to, do something about that so it's gone, dealt with. Or if it's something that's just like a fear, for instance, right? Or a limiting belief, let it go. Just let it go and free yourself. And forgiveness can be part of that. So like it says, I understand that forgiveness frees me. And that's so true. And even if you have to forgive someone else, it does free you. The other person doesn't really know, right? But it means you let go of any negative feelings and ill feelings, etc., about a situation, about a person, about what happened to you, and you let that go. And it's freeing for yourself. It liberates you because you can then start to flow properly again in your own energy. And then that will not be for everyone, but if you do have issues still, then it could be very important. And for you, it's really the message that you have to dedicate yourself to something that makes you feel good, right? Like these people in Mecca, for Muslims, it's really very important that once in their life they can go to Mecca, right? It's the most sacred, holiest places for Muslims to go to. And often they save up and they do a lot so to make that possible, right? Because a lot of people in that religion are poor. And I remember when I was living in Indonesia at the time, most people there are Muslims as well, but most people there are also very poor. Yet they were still dreaming, hoping that one day they could go to Mecca. And they would do a lot to get there, right? Save money and, so it was so important to them. It was actually really quite beautiful. So to have that dedication to maybe you scatter your energies between different things, various things, and not really doing anything in the end, or not focusing on one thing, not really getting ahead. And for you now, the message is that you do have to focus on one thing, the thing that jumps out most to you and that is most important to you and that fulfills you the most and makes you happy. Because this is not about working harder, becoming a workaholic and blah blah blah. That's all the ego mental bullshit in a way. I'm sorry that I put it that way, but it's very 3D stuff, right? This is not about that at all. This is about faith, about devotion, and really longing to go there, to do that, to have been there, and so on. So it's a similar thing. So focus on that and go for that, completely go for that. And don't digress. Keep focused on it, right? Keep your attention on it, and let it inspire you and fill you with joy that you're taking steps towards getting there and fulfilling it. And like these people, the Muslims, there is a stone, a black stone, and I didn't know that either, but the idea is that they kiss that stone to achieve this wonderful thing, right? It means a lot to them. I can't remember from the top of my head what that stone stood for. It had to do something with a prophet, I think, with Muhammad. Please forgive me if I'm now... according to the Quran, it was the first house built especially to worship Allah. So it has to do with that. And according to Islamic tradition, the Kaaba was reconstructed by Ibrahim, and it contains the black stone, and a mandatory part of this holy journey is kissing that black stone. And now, during the time that people go to Mecca, it's really crowded, which is what you can sort of see in that picture there. It says that sometimes there is just as many as 6 million people there. Well, then not every one of these people can kiss that stone, right? Now, in order to make them achieve that goal, so they have done their holy journey, fulfilled that. It's also okay if they walk around that stone and point at it constantly as they walk around it. And meaning they keep their focus on it constantly to fulfill this holy purpose that they have. And that's basically your message as well, to keep doing that. And with your purpose that is wholly sacred to you, that really fills you with joy, to keep your focus on that. Even if you're not entirely certain yet how what it will look like when you've manifested it, or it doesn't really matter. As long as you just keep your focus on it, like these people keep pointing at that stone as they walk around it. So this is your message. I hope it resonates, hope it's helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Numbers 2, your reading. We have your card, the Ganges, the river in India. One of the longest rivers in the world. Not the longest, but one of the longest rivers in the world. I forgive and do not fear. I accept where I am at this moment, and thus I can flow and grow from here. Now, this part of accepting where you are, for many people that is so difficult. I find it difficult myself as well at times. I think everyone does, because we're always just trying and striving to get to something better the next, sometimes even next week or tomorrow, right? Because, for instance, your tooth aches now, and you're wishing time away till you have seen the dentist or whatever. But it is, of course, also a much bigger, deeper message that to accept where you are at this moment in time. And because it's like Abraham Hicks says that, and I've heard it from other inspirational teachers as well, that everything is in divine order. So even if your current situation isn't all that great and you wished it different, etc., etc., you still have to accept that in where you are right now is perfect, is good, and in divine order. And even when it's not pleasant, right? So accept that, and with that acceptance comes a softening of whatever is going on. And from there, that's why it then says, from there you can then begin to flow and grow again and change the situation. If you're in a bit of a pickle, right? Apart from that, the Ganges is very important to the Indian people. They all hope that at least once in their life, they can get to the Ganges River, no matter where they live in India, which is a huge country, right? And they still all hope and wish that they can go there because it's so important to them. It's really basically a sacred river. And they bathe there, they do ceremonies and cremations, I believe, as well. And when a baby is born, they pour water from the Ganges over its forehead, or they just bathe it. And bathing in the Ganges is allegedly very, very purifying, cleansing. Right? And that's especially near the source of the Ganges River, where the water is pure and clean and also very fast flowing. That's considered to be even more purifying and cleansing. And so if there's still anything you need to be done with, that's part of your message then, right? To do that, to find your own way in cleansing. And maybe you do not feel you have a problem per se, but your energy, your energetic field, your aura, etc., are still maybe not clean. Sometimes it's really good to do a thorough cleansing, if need be, with sage can be very good, or in the shower, any way that you like to do that, cleanse your energy system. So for some, it might be that. And also, this cleansing and purifying is very important. And also the Ganges is said to have descended from heaven to earth. It's that important to the Indians. But it means that it's also a body, so to speak, a body of water in this case, via which you can ascend to heaven. So it's also for you the message to raise your energy, raise your vibration, because that's also what the Ganges does. And that's logical. If you purify yourself, you can get to a higher vibration. Right? If you still have clutter with you in your energy systems or in your life, it's difficult to get to a higher, better feeling vibration. So that is your message. And for some, this cleansing, clearing, purifying will be the most important part of the message. And for others, for whom that's not so much the case, it's more about spending time to raise your energy. So that is the message I have for you. And I must say, I love this card. With that lotus flower, because you can buy these tea lights, right? Tea light holders made of shell in all kinds of colors. And I'm actually thinking, well, not thinking, I want to buy one, I want to have one, but I'm first going to ask it for my birthday in May. But it's typical that it comes up here. A lotus also has a very high energy, right? And lotus flower comes from the mud, right? So it grows in the mud, and then it comes up through the water higher and higher until it surfaces, and then it opens up and shows its beauty. And that's basically, yeah, it also illustrates the message, right? The rising from the mud, from something that might not be pleasant, that is negative or lowers your energy, and rising from there, and also understanding that even if you come from something not so not so great, that you can still grow and blossom into this beautiful high vibrational flower. Nothing's lost. That might be a message for some of you. So, anyhow, thank you for watching. Hope it resonates, and I'll see you again next time. Right, number 3, you're reading your card. Magdalena Bay in Baja in Mexico. I birth new concepts and ideas easily. I am full of flowfulness in every part of my life. Grace permeates my being. This is very important for you to, at the moment, at least when you find this reading, that you should focus, be into, in a loose way, not forced, state of mind where you can, or state of being where you can easily create new things. That time is ripe for you right now to do that, but it shouldn't be forced. It doesn't, it's not about 3D stuff really. It's more the 5D stuff, the stuff that comes from the heart and the soul, stuff like that, things like that, right? And it's in a playful way as well. Like the whales are also, they can be so joyous when they breach and when they splatter their tails on the water, right? And how they move through the waters. They just flow, and they are so gentle. And the whales, about a third of all the species, whale species on Earth, can be found in Magdalena Bay, and the grey whale goes there to breed. And breeding is basically breeding new life, which is where the new concepts and ideas come from, right? It's because of that. And it apparently, I've never been there, I've never seen it, unfortunately, but it's apparently so wonderful, such a joy to see these beautiful animals. You could even, if you're lucky, spot a blue whale there, which is the largest living creature on the planet. And it's amazing. I once looked up a couple of months ago an image where you see a blue whale, a great white shark, a jumbo jet, a dinosaur, etc., etc. And then the size, well, the blue whale truly is way larger than any of these. You know, if we think that a great white shark is like, Jaws, we likely all have seen Jaws. And we think that such a shark is enormous, and they are, but compared to the blue whale, they're just like a mouse. It's unreal to see that in comparison. Also with a school bus and a jumbo jet, it's like they're nothing compared to the size of the whale, and yet, in spite of its size, they are so gentle, so friendly, and even protective. I've seen clips where a diver was going to be, a female woman was going to be attacked by a shark, and she hadn't seen that yet, but the whale had, and he was protecting her. And the diver at some point actually got scared because of the whale's behavior, right? And she couldn't go where she wanted to go, and in the end she got scared until she found out what the whale was doing. He or she was protecting her. Really unbelievable, beautiful creatures. But your message is about this, the birthing of new ideas and letting that flow and in a playful way. And often when you try to force it, it's like holding a handful of sand, dry sand, and when you then clench your fist, it runs away through your fingers. And if you hold it loosely, you keep hold of that sand. It doesn't go anywhere. And that's basically the concept, to not cleanse and force and latch on too tightly. Just open those hands, figuratively, right? And so then it can flow. Then it can come into being. You will get the insights, you will get the ideas, and right, it will then flow easily. And if you're stuck, if you don't know, well, just be playful, just have fun. Because I just kind of saw that as well when I started the reading, that the whale is just, that it's just splashing its tail really hard on the water, and all that water is then spouting up and soaking people soaking wet, right? In when they are watching it in the boats, and then it's just funny, Be playful, be easy with it. Let your inner child play. Let your inner child surface, and then you can automatically get these ideas and these insights, and they can come to you like, dang, now I know. Wow, why didn't I see that before? So that is your message. I do hope it resonates. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Numbers 4, your card, beautiful card, Lake Wanaka, I'm not certain how to pronounce it. It's in New Zealand, a lake. And it says, peace begins with me. I choose to be peaceful. I am peaceful. And what I get from this, also looking at that card, is to be calm and quiet. Find something somewhere where you can just be and just calm down and ground. Connect with the earth. Maybe cleanse a little bit as well, because that is what water can do. And just slow down, slow down. If you can go to a body of water, it can be really helpful too. When you stare at water as it moves, when wind is blowing over it a bit, just a little bit, not like huge waves, but these tiny little ripples, they can be so calming and soothing and put you in a meditative state, almost trance-like, and it's so healing. Much of our body is water, right? And so if you just spend some time near such a body of water and just sit and slow down, and your mind begins to also become more peaceful, and the inner chatter sort of, dissipates. The cells in your body, the water in your body will also then become tranquil and calm, like that water that you're close to, that you're looking at and being close to. And also, this lake is the place where Tipua, I'm not certain, are said to reside, and Tipua are like fairies and I guess like elementals then, right? Nature spirits, elementals. And the places where these live are considered magical. It's the same here in Europe, right? Places where fairies live or come, gather, etc., are supposed to be said to be magical. And it's often with sweet water, fresh water, these places. I've never heard of it with salt water. Then you do have fairies and elementals, but these are different ones then. Anyhow, it's a magical place, this lake, because of those fairy type beings. And there are always transformational powers at such a site as well. So I think that you are at the eve of transformation, moving into, well, a better whatever version of yourself, a transformation. And it's really good and necessary before a transformation or when in the midst of a transformation to calm down, to slow down. Right? It goes easier then as well. It goes faster because it goes easier. When you're tranquil and peaceful and in tune with nature and connect with the water and the water spirits and allow it to happen. If possible, and that depends where you live, it could be good even to float on water. And it could be directly in the water, but if it's on an air mattress on the water, it's also okay, because then you're also right on top of the water and you still have the movement of the water, the sense of freedom, right? I even had that with a partner, an ex-partner. We went kayaking regularly on a body of water, and then we used to, in the end, paddle to the middle of that water, and then just sit there in the kayaks. Right? He had his kayak, I had mine, and then we had a bit of a drink and something to nibble. And when we were there, we could see people. It was not a large lake. We could still see people on the roads and maybe even sunbathing in the grass at the shores. But, sorry, because we were in the middle of that water, floating freely, bobbing around, right, moving a little bit with the ripples, tiny waves, and you feel so free from the world, from the burdens of the world, from responsibility, from people, from everything. You can really be. I can even, now that I'm talking about, feel that in my solar plexus. It's such a relief to be able to let go of everything, and just be for maybe 15 minutes, half an hour, maybe. For me, time always stood still, and I think at some point we might have been bobbing in there on the water for maybe close to 2 hours. It was wonderful. So you can be directly in the water, on the water, floating. You can also be on an air mattress. You can also be in a boat, in a kayak, a rowboat, whatever, as long as it's peaceful, no engine, right, and quiet, and just bob around and just connect with the waters and just be. It will help the transformation. So this is the message I have for you. Slowing down, feeling peaceful. Yeah. I hope it resonates, and thank you for watching. I'll see you again next time. Numbers 5, your card, your reading, and we have Amazonia, the Amazon. I am interconnected with the world in an intimate way. I am vital. I can find a way to co-create rather than confront. Now this is a beautiful, beautiful card. It's full of energy, like the Amazon is full of energy. And so many different species of animals, insects, plants, trees live there. And everything lives together, right? Even the people, the original people, right? I can't find a word. Indigenous people of that area, even they live interconnected with the entire environment. They, of course, find shelter and food, etc., from and in the Amazon, but they treat it with respect. They don't destroy anything. They actually support regrowth of, yeah, whether animal or plant or tree. They don't ruin things. So even the people, the indigenous people, are part of that. And your message is that to realize that you are also part of everything. You are not alone. You are also connected. Maybe you sometimes don't feel that way, but you are. And if you do feel that you are, then it might be vital for you right now to use your connections to get where you want to go, to create what you want to create. And then the message is more like you cannot do it alone, right? Because we are not like that either. We are people. We need other people. And we are connected to other people. We are also, of course, connected to nature, to the world, to the planet, to the stars, to everything. We are part of that too. But so remember that if there is something you wish to have or achieve or manifest that you might need to use, that it might be helpful to use this fact that you need help with that you need support with that. Other people can actually help you. So build a network, create a network to get it done. You don't have to do it all alone. And also, yeah, it's funny because I often feel more than one message. So take from it what resonates for you, right? Also, people who aren't feeling so great at the moment. This is a very vital, lively energy, and in a way, it's primal, right? Like that snake is not going to think like, oh, I'm not in the mood today. I'm just going to sit here on my tree branch. I'm not going to do anything. Sod it. No, nature, trees, animals, birds, insects, they do what they do. Always. We are, I think, just about the only species on the planet who doesn't function that way, which sets us apart, which is a good thing, beautiful thing. Not going to talk about that right now, but the message is if you recognize that you're not feeling really like, have all the energy, or things aren't going too well for you, and you kind of lost your drive and inspiration to do stuff, go places where you get that a boost again, something that, or someone that inspires you again, because this is that vital, lively, strong, powerful energy that never ceases, never rests, never sleeps. It just is, and it does what it does. It feeds, it nourishes, it supports, and it quiets down for sure, yes, right? But it never dies down completely. It's always there. That thread, that flow of energy, that flow of life, nourishing energy, and you can tap into that too. And maybe if this is for you, maybe you need to connect with other people more to get there again, to start feeling better again. Like I said, we are not hermits. People are not supposed to do everything alone. We're not supposed to always be alone, right? We start to wither when we live that way, when we live like a hermit. We need other people. We are social beings. We need groups of people around us. We need to belong to a community. And maybe your community is only 2 people or one person, but that's okay. Find that, do that, go there, because then if you do that, you tap into that stream of life that always flows, is always there, regardless. Even when you disconnect from it, the flow is still there. The stream is always there. So take from this what resonates it, because I think I now have 2 or 3 different, slightly different messages. Just take what resonates for you. And this is what I have. Yeah. So, and also hang about one more, another that might fit in for everyone, that you can then find a way to co-create, not confront or destroy, even maybe like we are destroying the Amazon, right? So maybe you are rather confrontational, and then it's also important to remember that that's not really the right way to go about it. It's like, I'm not certain how you say that in English, but we have this expression that says that you catch more, I think, flies with honey than vinegar, right? So yeah, no one likes vinegar. I mean, most people don't even like of many people don't even like the smell of vinegar. Then it's really sour, right? And so you get the message, right? Co-create, be open to other people, be open to other everything and the world, and then things will start to flow again. So this is it. Thank you for watching. I do hope part of the message at least resonates with you, and I'd love to hear that in the comment section as well. And thank you for watching. See you again next time. Bye.